All right, we are only, I think, 4 days out, 5 days, because the Pistons don't play in day one of the NBA Summer League. And I don't know if you're a nerd like me. I love watching Summer League. I just do. I love seeing the rookies play against a little bit better competition than they would even get. I love seeing guys who step out. I love seeing the athleticism and just watching these guys in a totally different place. And watching Asar Thompson this year is going to be unreal. It's going to be so much fun to watch Asar Thompson after saying, what kind of competition did he play against? Seeing him against the competition of a Summer League roster where you have NBA players, you have G League players, and you have rookies that were the best of the best as college players. And to see how he's going to face against that in his first test is going to be unbelievable. Last year, Jaden Ivey, game one, you could see him first half press, second half, good to go. And then in that second game, he was on fire. He was hot. He was ready to dominate that game. Sprained his ankle, and he sprained an ankle. Let's hope no bad juju for Asar for injuries. But then you have Marcus Sasser, and don't worry, we're getting into the lesser known names here later in the video. But then you have Marcus Sasser. He should come in and he should be able to command control. He should play within himself. He should be able to play good basketball. And I'm excited to see that. Kind of think what would happen if Derek Fisher were playing in the NBA Summer League. That feels like a pretty good comp to me. But then there are other players that we're going to see. Young players that we don't know. But before that, let's go through and just let's look at the Summer League roster together. So most people may have forgotten about Buddy Boeheim, still a good shooter. Has he developed enough? What is his game looking like? Has he put on some strength? That's what he really needed to do, is put on strength. He was a scorer in college. He did well. You have Xavier Brewer out of Alabama A&M, Malcolm Castellan. But let's just highlight some of the guys that I was looking at. Jalen Duren, I don't know how much he's going to play. But it's going to be fun to watch him play. Tosan Evbomwan, I don't know how to pronounce it, out of Princeton. This is interesting. I think a lot of people are excited to see what he can provide and what he is going to do. I am not as high on Tosan as other people. I think his jump shot looks broken. And other than that, he's more of just a 6'7". Like if he could shoot, that'd be one thing, but he gets all of his points by trying to get near the hoop, old man moves, things of that nature. It was very interesting to watch him play. Really fun watching him play college basketball. Not so much necessarily in the NBA. You have our mainstays, Jaden Ivey, Isaiah Livers. Let's go. Eugene Umarui. We just re-signed him, which was interesting to me. Can he shoot? I don't know. Same with Jared Rhoden. Can he shoot? I don't know. I love Xavier Simpson as much as anybody else. This is not an NBA player. This is a G League player. I love him, but he's a G League player. You have Sykes. You have a few of these different players that you're like, all right, that's fine. We can look into this. There are a couple of people that I wanted to say as possible, like, oh, they could light it up a little bit. Walter Ellis, little known guy, shooting guard out of Grand Canyon. And this is a guy that I wanted to look at just because of his three-point shooting prowess. So he played 3 years at Bucknell, transferred over after the COVID season to Grand Canyon, where I believe he led his team to another. Anyways, it doesn't matter. His three-point percentage is what's important. Not a huge volume here, but over the last he shoots over 40% from three. And last year the last 2 years, he was 46.7% and 45.1%. This is simply a guy who's going to come out there at 6'5" and shoot threes. Like that is going to be his job. So kind of exciting. That might be one of those guys where you're like, oh, what has he got? Like, is there something that I wasn't remembering or I haven't seen that he could provide? Is he, I'm interested to see, because I'm going to be honest, I haven't seen him play much. Is that all catch and shoot? Can he shoot off the dribble? Can he shoot in motion, coming off screens? Like, what does that look like? How can they use him? And then there's a guy that I don't want us to forget about, Stanley Amudi. out of Arkansas. He's still hanging around. He had 1 year with us in the pros, and he's still there. He's still there. James Wiseman's on the roster, and this is one of those things with the Pistons. They've always kind of shown this, especially during their rebuild. But they've always sent some of their best players, even third-year players type guys, where you're just like, what are they doing on the roster? And I was really surprised to see James Wiseman on the roster. That's a little bit of a slice of humble pie, and I think when you look at a guy like that and he's willing to say, you know what, I've played 3 years, 2 with the Warriors, 2.5 with the Warriors, one half a season with the Pistons, but I'm willing to go out and I'm willing to play on the summer league team. I think that's a really big deal. And something that I would love to see them do. Something that I would absolutely love or love to see him do, and just say, hey, I'm willing to do this. If nothing else, get in some practices with his new young teammates and just kind of prove there. The dude is fighting for a spot. Him and Duren are going head to head. Who's going to be that starting center? I think we all know who we think it's going to be. In Detroit, we're all thinking Duren, but like, who's going to be that starting center, and who's going to be the backup? And does the backup really even get minutes with Bagley and Stewart? Like, there's 4 players there vying for time that really only 3 can get consequential minutes. So I'm interested to see what that's going to look like, and maybe even 2, because I don't know if the 2 big experiment's going to continue. But that's not what this video is about. Honestly, look at a lot of these young players. Can Omar Rui, has he helped develop a jump shot? What about Jared Rhoden, Stanley Umudia? All these guys are good enough athletically, have enough size that if they have developed a consistent jump shot, they could be very helpful for this team going forward. They could be super helpful for this team going forward. I think Eugene Omarui, the fact that they're keeping him, they're saying like he can be a wing stopper. And I would like to see if one of the other guys can do it as well. But these are the end of bench guys. I'm not giving up yet on Buddy. I'm not giving up on him yet, but maybe I should. maybe I should. But let's be real, everyone. The main thing about this is we want to see Asar Thompson. We want to see Marcus Sasser. We want to see them play. We want to see them play very large amounts of minutes. And we want to see if there's somebody else who can come out and possibly be a starting caliber, not starting, but a rotation, a late bench rotation piece. Maybe there's someone that comes out, because we have 13 players on the roster right now. So let me know what your thoughts are. Is there anybody on this list that you like? And leave your comments below. And excited to keep doing videos and doing takeaways from NBA Summer League. Enjoy your 4th. Spend some good time with family. See you on the next one.